What's up everybody? My name is Brianna Rudder, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how to do Faux Goddess Locs on your own hair, step by step. So be sure to watch this entire tutorial if you don't want to miss a thing. For hair supplies, I will be using a detangling brush to brush through my hair, as well as edge control and Ouchless rubber bands, a lighter to seal the ends of the locks, duckbill clips, hair cutting scissors, an edge control brush, as well as hair sectioning clips, a crochet hook, and a rat tail comb. You will need two types of braiding hair to do this look. This hair is called ToyoTress Blonde Marley hair in 18 inches, and the color is blonde number 27. So we also need to use color number 2 since I'm creating a two-tone look with these goddess locks. Make sure that the hair you pick has texture to it because you're going to be wrapping your lock with this hair. The next hair we're going to use is Freetress Ocean Wave crochet hair. We're using color number 2 and color number T1B27. So as you can see, the blonder hair is darker up top because it's mixed with 1B. And here's a comparison to show you how the hair looks. These are the curly pieces that are going to be in your goddess locks. Now for this style, I decided to do triangle parting so that way I can have a slightly messy look to it. Now the look is not as messy as your traditional Bohemian goddess locks, but in this case, I'm making sure to part my hair in different angles so that I can create triangle parting instead of box parting. So after applying a little bit of edge control, I then take my Ouchless rubber bands and I'm gonna put it around the hair a couple of times because it's very stretchy. I suggest that you use these rubber bands instead of the rubber ones because these are way more gentle on your hair. So now I'm just moving my hair around a little bit to give you a visual of how the parting looks. Now it's not 100% neat, but I made sure that my parts were as crisp as possible, making sure to part a very straight line when I parted my partings. So this is how the very back section looks, and as you can see, we're gonna get ready to crochet the hair on. I highly suggest you do this technique because it stops your locks from slipping off of your hair and it helps the roots look a lot more tidy as your hairstyle gets older. So once you pull through the actual Marley hair, you're then going to pull through the curly piece of hair. And as you can see, this is pretty dark, and I want to show you a realistic visual of how it would look if you were to do your hair with a darker color. I'm also going to show you how to do this by showing you a demonstration with the blonde color, so make sure to watch everything so that you don't miss any tips and tricks that I'm going to show you. Now after stretching out the hair, you're then going to begin rotating it around your actual section, making sure you're also rotating around your real hair as well as around the curly pieces. Now when you're rotating it around, you want to make sure you're rotating it very flatly, and you want to also ensure that there's a little bit of overlap. What I mean by that is every time you rotate it, you slightly overlap it over the previous rotation that you just did. So that way there are no gaps inside of your locks. So if you notice that when you tried to style, it looked very gappy, like you kept seeing your real hair throughout, you have to slightly overlap the hair. Now, as you can see here, I'm doing the goddess technique by leaving out a little bit of curly hair, and then I'm just continuing to wrap the Marley hair around my section. You can wrap any direction you want. You can wrap clockwise or counterclockwise. Just be consistent. You cannot wrap one way and then start wrapping the other way because it's going to cause your lock to unravel. So if you like to wrap clockwise, then do that the entire way through, all the way to the bottom. If you like to wrap in the other direction, then do so, but you have to stay consistent if you want the lock to look great. So now I'm going to use a lighter to slightly burn the ends so that way it seals itself. And as you can see, this is how it looks. If you wanted to, you could also use some nail glue to drop it on the hair as well if you don't want to use a lighter. So now I'm going to show you on my next section with the blonde hair, so that way you can see an even better visual. So now I'm grabbing a little bit of edge control and the Ouchless rubber band, and I'm going to prepare my next section so that you can see how to do it with a lighter colored hair. So now what I'm doing is I'm just smoothing it all around, and this helps to condition the hair as well as to keep the parts very tidy and long lasting no matter how long you wear your style. For wearing the length of the style, I suggest about 2 to maybe 3 months. It just depends on the nature of your hair, and if your hair tends to get a little tangled, you probably don't want to leave it in as long. So now that it's in a rubber band in that section, we're then going to grab our crochet hook and put it through. Now if you don't want to crochet, that's totally fine. You can just immediately begin wrapping, but this makes your goddess lock very secure and it stops them from slipping out during the duration of your hairstyle. So now I'm just pulling a curly piece through, making sure it's directly in the center. So I just pulled that little piece up right behind the rubber band. So now you're gonna grab the Marley crocheted hair and you're going to make sure to form a slight loop so it's easy to pull it through with no strays sticking out, because that's gonna cause tangling. Now we're just gonna pull it through and we're gonna make this pretty uneven. As you can see, that side is short and this side is long, because the long piece is gonna cover more area and it's going to wrap around your section. So you need one side of your Marley lock to be very long. Right now you see I'm just slightly fluffing it out because it helps for you to wrap your hair very seamlessly. So now I'm going in a direction that's actually going clockwise, and I'm making sure to wrap it around the braid. Now, if you want to do different locks in different directions, it's totally fine. Just be consistent on that specific lock, whatever direction you choose. You cannot switch your direction as you're wrapping because it will unravel. So as you can see, I'm actually slightly overlapping over the previous section as I wrap it around the actual braid or the braiding hair. So now I'm gonna leave out a curly piece, as you can see here, and you just continue wrapping. You do nothing special at this point. The hair will stay put because you crocheted on your actual part. So you don't have to worry about the curly pieces coming off because you crocheted them, and you can leave some out along the way. So now I'm just back rolling it in the same direction, so that way I can make the bottom of the lock look very seamless. So by back rolling it, I'm just rolling the hair going upward on the lock. Make sure you go well past your hair so that way when you burn it, you don't have to worry about your real hair being at the ends. And this is how the golden lock looks. So which look you like more? You liked it when I showed you how to do it with the black lock or the actual blonde lock? Let me know in the comments. Now at this point, I'm putting a little bit of hair candy on my hair, or as known as hair jewelry. And I'm using silver, gold, and pink to put some in random spots throughout my locks. You can wear this hairstyle up into a cute ponytail and do whatever you would like to do with it. So thank y'all so much for watching my Bohemian Goddess Faux Locs tutorial. If you want to see other looks, be sure to leave a comment down below. And I can't wait to see y'all in my next tutorial. Bye bye.